Yesterday we talked about Avatar Fire and Ash, which is due out next month. It is the third Avatar film in the franchise. It might also be the final one. It's interesting to see how, as we mentioned in the video, that the box office expectations for that film seem to be lower than the previous two films, despite the fact that there's a lot of goodwill towards the Avatar franchise. And I asked the question, why is it that Way of Water made less money than the 2009, the first film? And why is it that this third film might very well make less money than Way of Water? We are going to get more into that, but first, I want to take a look at this article from NME.com. It's linked below for you to check out. Avatar Fire and Ash could be James Cameron's final Avatar film. As you know, the first Avatar movie back in 2009 grossed $2.9 billion at the box office. And the second film, which was Avatar The Way of Water, which was released in 2022, made $2.3 billion at the box office. $2.3 billion is a heck of a lot of money, but nevertheless, that $600 million decline could be explained away in numerous ways. It could be the effect of streaming. People have enough entertainment at home. It could also be the economic downturn. Going to the cinema in 2009 was a little bit more affordable than going to the cinema in 2022, that is for sure. Cinema tickets are a good deal more expensive. Going to the movies is not a cheap night out anymore, really. And also, I think maybe it was just a long time between the first and the second film. 13 years is a good long stretch. Maybe the excitement just wasn't there anymore. 2009's Avatar broke new ground in terms of what was possible with blending live action and CGI together with incredibly detailed, fully realized CGI environments. But since then, there's been plenty of Hollywood movies that have given us immersive CGI-based environments, and perhaps that novelty has worn off over the years. Anyway, back to the article. Despite this success, the filmmaker is aware that the sluggish post-COVID box office and franchise weariness may mean the forthcoming third film doesn't do as well, and that the fourth and fifth installments may not go ahead. It's very interesting, and when you think about it, 2022, just 3 years ago, the franchise fatigue, has set in since then, very much so, and 2025 has proven that. There's been a lot of very big franchise failures this year at the box office. And Disney has had its fair share. And its biggest franchise, the biggest movie franchise of all time, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, has shown to us over the last 5 or 6 years that it's not bulletproof. And that is especially very, very clear in 2025. Obviously, the financial failures of Captain America Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and more recently, Fantastic Four First Steps proves that no franchise can stay at the top forever. And definitely franchise fatigue, and not just superhero fatigue, but franchise fatigue is a real thing. When it comes to Avatar and this upcoming Avatar Fire and Ash, maybe to a degree there will be some people who will sit this one out and wait for it to come on streaming. Maybe they feel that between the first and second film, they've perhaps been there and done that when it comes to adventures on planet Pandora. The article continues, sequelitis, Cameron said on the Town podcast, people tend to dismiss sequels unless it's the third Lord of the Rings film and you want to see what happens to everybody, which in my mind this is the culmination of a story arc, but that may not be how the public sees it. When questioned further about the possibility of Fire and Ash being the last movie, he revealed that the film wraps up the story arcs of Jake Sully and Neytiri and ends with one unresolved subplot that could be completed in other media. If this is where it ends, cool, Cameron says. There is one open thread. I'll write a book. So Avatar Fire and Ash has its work cut out for it. It is going to be a challenge for it to get $2.3 billion in the way that The Way of Water did, because 2025 is a tough year for franchise films at the box office. These are the numbers from Box Office Mojo, taking a look at the top movies, the top performing movies of the year. These are the looking at the worldwide gross for these films. Nisa 2 is up at the top at 1.9 billion. Lilo and Stitch, $1 billion, and a Minecraft movie in third place at 957, which to me was a surprise hit, but Minecraft was certainly not my thing. So I misjudged that film when I saw the trailer. It looked awful, but there's a huge audience for Minecraft, so I shouldn't have been surprised that it did as well as it did, but there you go. Going down the list, the top performing franchise film there in terms of movie franchises is Jurassic World Rebirth, $868 million. And then you got to go down to 8th place, Superman, $616 million. Then Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, $598. And The Fantastic Four: First Steps, $521 million. Marvel down in 10th place. And because Fire and Ash is probably going to be, I would say, definitely in the top 3 there, that's going to push Fantastic Four, the only Marvel movie in the top 10, it's going to push it down to 11th. And then you have The Conjuring: Last Rites is in 11th at the moment, and then Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts in 12th and 13th places at the moment. And again, keeping in mind that Fantastic Four: First Steps, Captain America: Brave New World and Thunderbolts did not break even. And in the case of Superman, and if you look at Superman, that film was released on demand after only 5 weeks in the cinema. So studios may not want to release their films too early like that because audiences are going to get wise to that. And they're going to realize that they don't need to actually pay money in the cinema to see a film. Although they may want to see the film in the cinema in order to have the best possible experience of the movie. But nevertheless, a lot of people are happy enough to sit it out and wait to watch it on their couch, on streaming, on demand, whatever. So yeah, I think Avatar: Fire and Ash is probably going to be towards the top of this list. It might take number 1. It might very well take number 1. It might also be, as Ryan Kinnell has talked about this, about $1.7 billion, something like that. And wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised if it's in and around the range there of Nisa to 1.8, 1.9 billion. If it cracks $2 billion, that would be very significant in what has been an extremely challenging year at the Hollywood box office. Even an Avatar movie in the current climate might struggle to achieve the franchise's past glories at the box office. But there you go. Just goes to show how things are changing. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up there. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of future updates. Hit that like button, share the video out there, and remember to subscribe to my other channel, Computing Forever, where I do periodically produce new content. Looking forward to your comments as always. Take care, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.